Goalkeepers, never strikers, they'll deliver. Crowd roars erupted, you can feel the quake.
Nigerian football is crazy, crazy. As in, things just shock. In fact, scratch that. Things just cease to shock you. You know, the kind of madness that happens in Nigerian football is just madness. It will make a madman seem sane. Now, we all know the Unity Cup is around the corner, 28th of March, at the Brentford Stadium. So I'll hopefully, I should be there. And I would like to meet anyone that is able to turn up for the game there as well. But we've got this breaking news, got this bump of a news that none other than Super Eagles legend Ahmed Musa would be possibly captaining that team, coming out of retirement to captain that team, you know, going into the Unity Cup game. Now, for me, that is absolute bonkers, absolute madness, in my opinion. What are you getting him for? Why? Why? Ahmed Musa again? They say, oh, he plays well in the MPFL. That's fine. That's good for him, keeping his body fit. Nice, good. Really though, you want him to lead this team? Some other people will come and tell you about leadership. The team needs leadership. Victor Osimhen can't lead. Just Ekong can't lead. It has to be Ahmed Musa. Make this make sense. It doesn't make any sense to me. Nigerian football is just crazy. I've said this time and time again. Even if you want Ahmed Musa in the building, you can create a role for him. For like you can say, okay, we're going to make you player liaison officer. You know, interact between manager, create a bridge between the head coach Eric Chiel and the squad. Fine, no problem. You spend the money you want to spend on him there. No worries about that. But for you to go on to say he would actually take the spot of someone else, that's just crazy to me. And one of the sort of things that were meant to be the silver lining behind this Unity Cup cloud was that you use it as an opportunity to give certain players their first cap for the national team, to give players opportunity in the team to show what they can do. But when you decide to bring Ahmed Musa, someone who's retired, he's done playing, and let's be honest, his form was dwindling. His form was dwindling. He went to Al Ittihad, he couldn't. No, was it Al Nassr? One of them. He went there, he still couldn't cut it, and he decided to retire to the MPFL. Fair dues, he's gone to the MPFL, and give him credit because I want to see more, you know, Nigerian players when they come towards the end of their career, retiring, go to the MPFL at least to boost, you know, the visibility of that league. But for you to say Ahmed Musa should lead this team, the Nigerian Super Eagles team going to the Unity Cup, that should be sort of like a high-level friendly game, you know, preparing the national team, preparing the Super Eagles for the World Cup qualifying games against Rwanda and South Africa. It's just craziness to me. I just don't get it. I don't know what you think. Let me know in the comment section. But this is madness. Absolute madness. Some folks will come up to say, oh, well, compare with Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo is 40 years old, or soon be 40 years old, and he still plays for the Portuguese national team. And then Ahmed Musa is just 32 years old. So why shouldn't he play for Nigeria? Come on. First off, Cristiano Ronaldo is arguably the best player in the world. At least you can put him with amongst the top 5 best players in the world ever, along with your Pele, your Messi, your Maradona. You can put him in that bracket. First off. Secondly, look at how he looks. Look at how he's taking care of himself. And his drop-off. Yes, there has been drop-off for Cristiano Ronaldo, but it hasn't been as steep as it has been for Ahmed Musa. And one thing people forget as well, Portugal, for all the players they have, they don't really produce center forwards. So he's just in there. There's no competition for him. Well, Ahmed Musa, where do you want him to play? This is madness. Absolute madness. Absolute madness. We're doing this again. This shows you that this Nigerian Football Federation, they are not concerned with winning. They are not concerned with winning. They just want to make their friends happy, keep their cronies happy. Else, why would you want Ahmed Musa to be in the team? I'll say it again. If you need him so badly in the building, if you feel like without Ahmed Musa in and around these players, they can't win again versus Jamaica, they can't win versus Ghana, they can't win versus Trinidad and Tobago, then you make him a player liaison officer or something. Give him some role that will bring him close to the team. But for you to have him take up the spot of Equisatus Uche, for instance, take up the spot of maybe Shola Gondona, for instance, Ethan Waderi, for instance, it makes no sense to me. Or you probably decide to drop Cyril Dessas and you say Ahmed Musa is taking up his spot. What is he going to contribute? What will he contribute in that game? Nothing. Nothing. Ahmed Musa will not contribute anything in that game, in my opinion. And there's no need to have him there. There's no need to have Ahmed Musa in that team. It's just madness, absolute craziness to me to have Ahmed Musa in that team. People are coming up with various reasons, various excuses. People say, experience. At least you have experience in the team. Victor Osimhen has been playing for years with the Super Eagles. Just Ekong for years. Olaino for years right now. He's 28 years old right now. He's not 21. He's been with that team for a long time. So I do not get why you bring in Ahmed Musa. It makes no sense at all. Even if you try to make it make sense, it end up not making sense. Because he's just not at the level you need. And let's face it, Nigeria is not like other countries where you need players. I mean, where you have to dig so deep before you find one good player. You have quality players all over the globe, all over the world. So why would you then bring an Ahmed Musa to the team? This should be an opportunity for a youngster to come in. Whether you want to talk about Divine Oyemachi from West Brom, you bring him in, or you want to say, I want Onyebuchi Obasi, come in and let's give you the opportunity. Shola Ogundana, let's give you the opportunity. George Lenikena, let's give you the opportunity. Ebenezer Akinsimero, let's give you the opportunity in the team. Rather, you're going to bring this person in. I'm sure this is 1,000% the choice of the NFF. I'm sure this is their choice. Even if it's the choice of El Chill, this is something you tell him as the NFF to say, no, you can't have this kind of player. You say, no, you can't have this player. He can't contribute anything. And he will be taking up the spot of someone. I don't get it. Is it tribe? I don't know, whatever reasons. No reason makes sense. And this is what I keep saying about Nigerian football. That the only thing that the NFF, the Sports Commission, whichever should be concerned about is getting the best possible players, the best available players you can get. The best players you can get, that help you win. That's the only thing you should be concerned about as the Nigerian Football Federation, as the National Sports Commission. The only thing you should be concerned about is winning. Forget about any other consideration. Oh, he's my friend. Oh, he used to play for Super Eagles. No. If it's come to the point where he's done his best, Ahmed Musa, I give him due credit. He's done his best. At least I'm old enough to have seen him, make his debut for the Nigerian Super Eagles. It was electrifying that day. But just as he made his debut and was electrifying, this is the opportunity of another youngster, to come on and be electrifying and have this opportunity. It shouldn't be used to deny young prospects the opportunity to play. It shouldn't. It shouldn't. Now, whether you want to do a national, whether you want a player who was groomed from the Nigerian grassroots, either way, you shouldn't be taking the spots away from players. Justin Jima is there. That is clear. He wants to play for Nigeria. Felix Agu wants to play for Nigeria. But when you keep bringing these players who are past it and force them into the team, bring players who are not good enough, like Al Hassan Yusuf, you know he's not good enough. You somehow force him into the team. To do what? Look at that Buhari kid. I think it's in Lillstrom for no. Is it Lillstrom is in? I think he's in Lillstrom. Very good defender. How about you invite that one instead? Instead of you're bringing someone who you know is not good enough. You're bringing Ahmed Musa. He's not good enough. Fair enough. He's been good in the past. He's the legend for Nigerian Super Eagles. He's done a lot of wonderful things for the team. But the Super Eagles shouldn't be a compensation package. It shouldn't be something you say, oh, you know you've done so well for us in the past, but now we know you can't. You need a walking stick to move on the pitch. But let's give you that chance because we want to respect what you did in the past. No, you want to make him minister for sports? Go ahead. You want to make him chairman of the Nigerian Football Federation? Go ahead. Make him chairman of the National Sports Commission? Go ahead. You want to make him one of the assistant coaches, whatever? Go ahead. But why would you put him in the team to take the spot of someone who needs to make their debut, of someone who needs that spot, who needs that opportunity? And more importantly, of someone that can actually help the team win. So why would you do it? It doesn't make any sense to me. I need someone to tell me, convince me, what can Ahmed Musa do on that pitch that your Ademola Lookman can't do? I want to know. Someone should tell me. Ahmed Musa can do XYZ thing, Ademola Lookman can't do it. Moses Simon can't do it. Samuel Chukwueze can't do it. It must be Ahmed Musa. It's pure insanity to me. You know, we keep doing this year in, year out. We'll find one person that I'm sure the NFF official that has recommended this knows in his heart that Ahmed Musa is not good enough. He knows it. But for whatever reason, he's there. I don't get it. It makes absolutely no sense to me. I'll be coming back to this later on in the video. I want to know what you think about it in the comment section. And then I'll go on to a different topic that I want to talk about as well. So talking about Eric Chill. Now, Eric Chill, we've all lauded him as he is the head coach of the Super Eagles. A lot of folks have been impressed with his style of play, though we say he should be more adaptable. He should play players in their rightful position, i.e. play Ademola Lookman on that left-hand side, play Olaina on the right, on the right as a right back, play Bruno Yimachi as a left back, and not play the players out of position. Now, in that regard, he should make those changes. But now we've got this news that he is traveling to Egypt. Yeah. Eric Sekuchel, head coach of the Nigerian Super Eagles, traveling to Egypt to, scout the under-20 AFCON or the 20 Nigerian national team, the Flying Eagles, as they, play in the under-20 AFCON tournament in Egypt. Now, in other years, I would say, good job, bravo. But for this dispensation, for this team currently at the AFCON, what I would say is, what's the point? What is the point? There's no point. You're just wasting taxpayers' money. You're wasting air miles to go to Egypt, because this team I don't know if you've been watching the AFCON the under 20 AFCON, and this Flying Eagles team. This Flying Eagles team is the worst Flying Eagles team I have seen in my life, and I've seen a lot of them. This is the worst in terms of how they were constituted, as how the team was constructed, how it was put together, and the coaching is awful. It is awful. Zubairu has been awful, my lord. It is awful. I watched the game, and I think it would be better if I stick pins in my eyes than watch that under 20 AFCON game. The first game, shaky, scattered, no pattern of play, no player that excites you on the pitch. Usually, Nigeria, we are used to wingers, exciting, pacey, skillful wingers, no matter how bad the team is. If you've been a Nigerian football fan for a long time now, you would know this. No matter how bad the under 17 team is, no matter how bad the under 20 team is, you will always have one or two exciting wingers that'll get you up your feet for sure. You always have one fullback that'll excite you with their pace, no matter how bad it is. Some other times you get a very, very good team with an Osimhen as a striker, Samuel Chukwueze in there, teams that excite you. But this one is so bad, is so poorly constituted, and the coaching is so poor. You watch the game and you ask yourself, what is this coach trying to achieve? What has he told these players to do? Because it just looks crazy, looks scattered. And the annoying thing for me, the upsetting thing for me is this: Nigeria has too much talent. Too much. Too much talent. Now, whether it's dual national, whether it's players who are have grown up in Nigeria through the Nigerian and grassroots, you have too many players. Ari Parabo, he is there. He's the only one. The rest of them, you look at them, you know they're not meant to be there. You know they are not meant to be there. Onyobuchi Obasi should have been there. Shola Ogundano should have been there. Nowhere to be seen. Promise Meliga could have been there. Nowhere to be seen. These are all players who are up from the grassroots system, played in various grassroots academies in Nigeria. They're not there. Divan Onyemachi could have been there, have some impact. He's not there. And then you look at the people who, they are taking up their spot. They are not good enough. People say, oh, support. No, they are not good enough. They are not good enough. I looked at all the players. No one is exciting me. And then what makes it worse is the coaching is so bad. The coaching is so horrible. Because, sometimes you may not have, very good players, but the way the coach will set up the team, maybe defend deep, be compact, and then we can hit on the break. We find a way to cover up the flaws in your team. But this particular coach, he is terrible. He is just terrible. He's not good. He's not good enough. He is not good enough. I watched the game. I tried to say, okay, let's see what he's trying to do. Is he building up from the back? Is he high pressing? Is he playing long balls? Because for me, I believe there are different ways to play football. You can be high pressing, you can be position-based team, you can be counter-attacking team. I look at it, I can't see what he's trying to do. And then on the flip side, sometimes the team might be the coach might be horrible tactically, but you just have too many good players on the pitch that they cover up for his mistakes, they cover up his flaws. But this one, the players are not good enough. They are not good enough. In addition to the fact that a lot of them are not meant to be in the AFCON under 20 tournament. That's the truth about it. Well, they're not meant to be there. One look and no, they're not meant to be there. But for whatever reason, we choose to bring these players on here. We choose to do silly things. Now, I know if I call some names, people will say, oh, you like to talk about dual nationals a lot. Fine. How about the ones who are there in the grassroots level? John Locke, for instance, Sporting Lagos, 18-year-old youngster, can still play under 20. What about Daniel Daga? John Molde, he's still 18 years. He can still play in the under 20. So why wasn't he brought in? Why wasn't he brought into that team? This team is so bad. And I think Gusau, I think he should be one of the worst NFF presidents or chairman. I think he should be one of the worst. Because how do we judge you as an NFF chairman, NFF president, whatever you call yourself? Is what did the teams, what did they win? The Super Eagles, the Flying Eagles, the Golden Eaglets, what did they win whilst you were, the chairman of the NFF? How was the league whilst you were the chairman of the NFF? Did it improve visibility, sponsorship? Did it improve? Things haven't improved under him. But look, going to that AFCON thing, Eric Chell, I'm sorry, you're wasting your time. You are wasting your time going to that AFCON tournament to scout who? Who are you going to look at? If you were a club coach, then okay, I'll say, okay, that makes sense because you're a club coach. You go there, you can watch players in Morocco, watch Egyptian players, watch Tunisian players, watch Ghanaian players even, and then maybe watch Ari Borabo in Nigeria, and then okay, yeah, it makes sense why you're going there. But Nigerian national team coach going to this AFCON, under 20 AFCON, to scout who? Who are you going to scout? They are not good enough. None of you watch, and no one is impressing. No one impresses you. I'm sorry. No one impresses you. I don't know if it's a combination of the fact that they're not good enough on their own, or the tactics, the way the manager set them up, even makes the ones who are a bit good to be even worse. It's just sad. I keep saying this. The number one thing that should be the concern of Nigerian football administrators, the selectors, is winning. Every other thing should be secondary, should not even be considered. But no, 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 no. We must consider some silly things that don't contribute to winning, that don't help us win. Why? So while I'm talking about this, I'll go back to the former topic I was talking about, Ahmed Musa to lead Nigerian Super Eagles into the Unity Cup. So what do you think about that? I've already seen comments of people saying, yeah, that's good experience, experience in the team, because these players don't have experience. Just Ekong is 36. Just Ekong will be 37 by the end of this year. And he's been playing with the national team for a long time. So what experience are you talking about? Olaino has been with this team. I think he's been to 2 AFCONs, if I'm not mistaken, at least 2. So what manner of experience are you talking about? Experience is being used, like a pacifier. When the baby's crying, you give them a pacifier, they put it in their mouth and they stop crying. Experience is being used as a pacifier for Nigerian fans. Oh, experience. Oh, experience. You want to complain, oh, Ahmed Musa has experience. What are we doing with that experience? See, if, let's say I'm a plumber. Yeah, let's say I'm a plumber. And I have 40 years experience, or let's say 60 years experience. But now I'm 95 years old, right? Would you still want me to come into your house and do the plumbing job for you at 95? Probably I'll be on a wheelchair to come and do your plumbing job for you. No, you wouldn't. you wouldn't. So the same thing. Ahmed Musa may have all the experience in his head, in his brain. He has all the knowledge, but can that knowledge help him on the pitch? Can that knowledge help the Nigerian Super Eagles on the pitch? And then you are denying players opportunity to play. In football, just like in life, you have to look at what your competition is doing. You have to look at what the countries that you're competing with are doing. Your Morocco's in Africa, your Brazil in South America. Look at what they're doing. Brazil, once they have any top talent, that has shown, promise, they find a way to integrate him into their team. He may not immediately become the number one guy, but he becomes part of the team. You begin to see him 10 minutes here, 5 minutes here. Sometimes he's just on the bench, but he becomes part of the team, like Ademola Williams. But for Nigeria, no way. You will never see Shola Ogundono. You won't see Onyebuchi Obasi. Arere Parabo you'll be told he's too young. And then even the Crisantos Uche, that's 21, going on 22 years, that's playing, he's the best player for Getafe in Spain. You will never see him. But instead, someone who's past his best, that's the one that will be brought in and say, oh, experience. What manner of experience are we talking about? He's not good enough. Peter Rufai, I don't know how many of you are old enough to remember Peter Rufai, Dorio Mayana. Okay, Dorio Mayana. One of Nigeria's best goalkeepers, arguably the best goalkeeper in Nigerian history. It can be argued, it can be debated. That's why I said arguably. He was so good, USA 94. USA 94, and then as well as the African Tunisia 94 as well. He was so good. But they kept him on. And then the tournament, they forced him to go to the World Cup. The excuse was this experience thing. And then he started seeing double. There are shots that were coming that he usually would save in his prime. He wasn't able to stop them. And that tarnished his reputation because people who were not old enough to have seen him play in 1994 only remembered that woeful performance he put up in the tournament. So, do we want the same thing for Ahmed Musa? He's played so well. He's been a good servant for the Nigerian national team, for the Super Eagles. He's played so well. Do you want a situation where you have him in a game, he can't run, he's struggling to move? Then you now say, Ahmed Musa was such a bad player, why did they bring him here? He is not good enough because he's now old. Let some other player take up the opportunity. Give other players. Nigeria is not San Marino. Nigeria doesn't lack players. Nigeria Super Eagles, and the talent pool is too deep. Whichever way you want to look at it, whether you want to look at dual nationals or you want to look at mono nationals growing up from the grassroots system and have made their ways to different clubs in Europe, Nigeria has players everywhere. Top quality players. So bringing someone who's way past his best, retired, to take up the spot of some young promising player makes no sense to me. It's counterproductive. It is counterproductive. We've been making the same mistakes with the coaches that Nigeria appoints. You appoint someone from class 94, you know he's not good enough, but you know what he did in 1994, what he did in Tunisia, what he did in USA 94. But as a coach, what is his pedigree? What he did for that. No. I keep saying it. Super Eagles is not your compensation package. If you're a former player, if you've retired, it's not the package to compensate you, to make you feel good. Because Super Eagles also give you a platform to be recognized, to be signed by the club that signed you, to pay you the huge amounts they pay you that you were paid. So the team now can be turned into a compensation package for you. I just don't get that kind of thing. I don't get it. And now I'll talk about the Eritrea thing, but before I talk about that, I'll talk about Ademola Lookman been linked to Manchester United. Usain Bolt, the Olympian, the legend. He said he would like Manchester United to go for. He's a Manchester United fan. He would like them to sign Ademola Lookman. Now, Ademola Lookman, let's face it, he's better than all the wingers in Manchester United. Put all of them together, turn them to man winger. He's better. He will be better than man winger. Ademola Lookman is better than all the wingers in Manchester United put together. Their left wingers, their right wingers, he is better. And I think he will suit this Amorim's 3-4-3 formation, because I think he can play as that 10 behind the main striker or play on the left wing. So I think he suits that because in that 3-4-3 formation, you need, your winger or your 10 to score goals, not just to create them, but to score goals. And Ademola Lookman, I think, is someone that can do that 100%. 100%. He's better than all, in fact, he is better than all their forwards. Zegzi, Hoyland, even Rashford that's on Aston Villa, he's better than all of them. But then the question is, do you want Ademola Lookman to be sentenced to Manchester United? Because let's face it, right now, Manchester United they're not, let's just be PG. They're not in the best shape ever. They're not in the best shape ever. And it's not something that will happen in 1 year because the state they are in probably be 2 years before they begin to come goodish. Yeah, so Ademola Lookman is 27, so he's going to be at 27, 28, 29. So is that what you want Ademola Lookman to do? Yeah, but in terms of whether he will be a good fit for Amorim's system, I think he will be a good fit for Amorim's system. Now, and also in terms of being able to contribute with goals and all that, I think he will be able to do it. I know some people will say, "Oh, but when the last time was in the Premier League, he didn't do so well. He had to leave to carve a niche out for himself." But still, sometimes players need to go through growing pains and develop and become better players. And I think at some point, the media pressure after he missed that penalty against West Ham while he was playing for Fulham, I think that pressure was too much. It affected his confidence, so he had to leave. And football, if your confidence is trashed, is broken, then that's it for you. That's it for you. So now, like I said, we've talked about different topics. I want to know what your thoughts and opinions are in the comment section. But then I'll go back to Eric Chell. Now, say Eric Chell reportedly is headed to Egypt to watch the under 20 AFCON side, under 20 Nigerian side, under 20 AFCON. For me, I say it's a waste of time. You probably should have stayed back in Nigeria, watch TCC, the Creative Championship, watch it, and you will see some young, exciting players there. Or probably you would have traveled to Europe and look at some top level dual nationals to convince to play for the country. I think it would have been better if you had done either. Stay home, see some grassroots players, or even just go, even if you want to travel and go see maybe your George Lenny Kenna, your Victor Latunji, your Gift Sunday, a place for Bodo Glimt. Those players who are, really exciting and doing things, but saying you're going on basketball, promise Melega, but if you say you're going to go to the AFCON to watch these players, that's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. For the first reason, I'm not going to shout on here. For me, I feel most of those players are not meant to be in that team. But none apart from that, they're not even good enough in terms of ability on the ball, skill. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it. I've tried. I've tried. I went into the tournament wanting to be excited about the team, wanting to be positive about the team. But I've looked at the team, so poor. Granted, this is under 20, so you may not know everyone and all that, and that's the excitement about it. You're on the 17 team, you don't really know who's playing, but you just see one youngster exciting, dribbling, taking on 2, 3 players. You say, wow, who's this guy? You make your research about the player. That's excitement. Under 20. That guy saw under 17. Look what he's doing here, so excited. But no. Poorly set up. Poorly set up, in my opinion. Poorly set up. And then there's one I want to talk about as well. There's a player that they've said is his cousin. I have to do my research for that to, you know, really assure myself that he is. But there's, say, Bakre, um, Hazim Bakre, the cousin of Ademola Lookman, was said he would want to play for Nigeria instead of England. Well, that's good. That's nice when players come up to say, "Yeah, I want to play for the country. I want to play for Nigerian Super Eagles." That's good. That's good. But like what I've said previously, you can't keep waiting for these mistakes. You can't keep waiting for players who, they're not probably at the top. They're not LI talent, but somehow, you know, they end up playing for you, and then you say, "Wow, we've got this player, is impressive." No, you can't keep making those mistakes. You can't keep waiting for, those players. You can't keep waiting for those players. Now, I'd like to see what you can do, because for me, I never leave talent on the table. If he's good enough, he's good enough. If he's good enough, he's good enough. So, what are your thoughts, our opinions are on that youngster, on that player? Lance is very, very quick. I think that's someone that maybe in the future, 2, 3 years down the line, he can contribute. Let's see what happens with him. And then there's Divine Onyemachi. That's another exciting player. Youngster, exciting player. I did a video about him as well. Really, really exciting player. And that's one of the reasons why I'm not happy with this under 20 side. I'm not. Because I know the type of talent that we have within the country, first off, as Nigerians within the country. I know the type of exciting talents that are available. And then you go outside the country, you have other Nigerians there, exciting as well. So when you ignore the talents you have within and outside the country, and then you construct the team with very poor players, then it just upsets me to no end, because it means you rather consider other things than consider winning, which is sad, which is so sad. You rather consider things that don't help you win. You look for things that do not help you win. Looking at that team, I'm telling you, watch that game and you wish you spent your day sleeping, because there's no pattern. So back to the point, you have all these exciting players, home, abroad, yet you don't want to use them. Does it make sense? It doesn't. It doesn't. And this boils down to what Chuba Akpom said, that at 16, 17-year-olds, they're excited to play for Nigeria. I know it. This is something I know. Even before Chuba Akpom said this, I also was aware of this fact. They're excited to play for Nigeria. They're excited that they have Nigerian heritage. But then when it comes time for selection, you have some official who doesn't know his left from his right, just mess things up. Just mess things up. People say, "Oh, the players are arrogant." Oh, question I ask, is no Moroccan player arrogant? So the entire Moroccan population, there is no person who is arrogant. Of all the dual nationals who are Moroccan, none of them is arrogant. No one of them. At the moment, the Moroccan FA makes contact with them, they immediately agree, quickly to switch national team allegiance. None of them is arrogant. Brazil, so no Brazilian is arrogant. No Argentine is arrogant. People don't understand that more than half the Argentine team is eligible to play for Italy. People don't understand that more than half the Argentine team is eligible to play for Italy. But why do they still stick to playing for Italy, to playing for Argentina? Now, if you're comparing economies, the economy of England and the economy of Brazil, I don't know, But maybe you would think that the economy of England is higher or in a better place than the economy of Brazil. So it's not an economy thing. It's not a structure thing. You would say the football structure in England is better than the football structure in Brazil. You could say that. But I bet you, if you have an exciting Brazilian player now, maybe you call him Pedro Ronaldo, if there's a choice between Brazil and England, he won't even think twice. He will be with Brazil. It's because of how the FAs act, how they show their intent. Look at Morocco, even Sierra Leone. Look at Sierra Leone. So do you want to tell me right now that Sierra Leone has a stronger economy than Nigeria? Is that what you want to tell me? Or you want to tell me that Sierra Leone has better structure than Nigeria? I can't believe that. But because of their intent, they show their intent that yeah, we want to make our team solid. Go look at the under 20 team. Have a look. Go look at how they've padded up their team. Teams are building up, even in Europe. Look at Greece. They had to battle for a 17-year-old battle with Belgium, and he chose to play for Greece. Now, if you're talking about footballing nations, Belgium should be ranked higher than Greece. Yeah? Yes. But he ended up playing for Greece and he scored, I think, on his debut. So it's about the intention of the Nigerian Football Federation. That's why when they say the likes of Tosa Darabayo, oh, he's too arrogant, and you always see the foot soldiers, these high-profile journalists that a lot of people worship, that the foot soldiers of the NFF or this bad administration, they're foot soldiers. They're foot soldiers, so they come and say, oh, this player is so arrogant, we don't want to beg anybody. But other countries all over the world, how are they able to get dual nationals to commit to playing for them? Do they beg them? What do they do? Look at Morocco. Each time you just hear Morocco FA is trying to get this player to play for the Moroccan national team, push, seconds, done. Algerian is talking about it, done. But when it comes to Nigeria, it's not done. Why? They come with a lie to tell you so that you get upset at the player. Oh, this player is too arrogant. He wants us to beg him. Those are all lies. Lies. Because from my experience, I will tell you this. From my own experience, players have DM'd me to tell me of their Nigerian heritage. I don't have any connection to NFA, to the FA, to anything. I can't make anything happen. I can't invite anybody to the national team. But young players have told me, DM'd me, oh, do you know I'm from so state in Nigeria? Do you know my father is from so state in Nigeria? So can you imagine if the NFF were doing the right thing, how quickly you will get a lot of these players to commit to playing, for the Nigerian national teams. I tell you, look at that AFCON under 20 team, you will feel sad. You will feel sad. So Eric Chill, head coach of Nigerian Super Eagles, I think he has wasted his time going to Egypt. It's been a waste of taxpayers' money to send him to Egypt. It's been a waste of his time as well. He can't get that time back. He possibly should have stayed back in Nigeria and learned what bole is. Understand what fried fish is. That would have been more beneficial to him than going to Egypt. For real. What he should have been doing instead was you go watch these different grassroots teams, Beyond Limits, Atlantic Business, Sporting Lagos. You go and watch those teams. You see some top talent. Or you go overseas, go to Spain. There's Otobi. You come to England. There's one area. There's Divine Onyemachi. You go to Italy. You go to Italy. There's Emilio Gale, Destiny Emilio Gale. Exciting talent. Why I keep pointing to Morocco? Look at Morocco. So do you want to tell me now that Morocco, they don't have anybody who is a good player grassroots? They do. But they get the best they can get from the grassroots. And they get the best they can get, the best one national they can get. Put it together, top team. Top team. Because they know what they want to achieve. They want to win this AFCON under 20. They want to win the AFCON tournament they are hosting. And they want to be the African team to go the farthest, in the World Cup. And because they know what they want, look at how they're playing in their World Cup qualifying games. And then when it comes to Nigeria, now let's make things look stupid and crazy. Now, even if you say, dual national, how about the grassroots ones? Born, bred in Nigeria, grew up out of Nigeria, that becomes exciting talent. How about those people? Why are they not part of the team? Shola Gundana is still within the age. Daniel Daga, still within the age. Promise Meliga, still within the age. Gift Sunday, still within the age. So why are these players not part of this setup? Why? Can anybody come up with any logical, sane reason? I'm sure even if I give you 5 hours, 24 hours, there's no reason. Then you look at the team, so poor. The coaching, so poor. So poor. I don't know where he was gotten from. I don't know, to be fair. I don't know Zubairu from anywhere. I don't know what his coaching antecedents were before he was given this job. But he's so bad. Even if he was Jose Mourinho's disciple, and this is what he can deliver, then he shouldn't be anywhere near the team. It should not be anywhere near the team. The team, as constituted, is not good enough in terms of individual talent, apart from Arelik Parabo, who is just suffering. And then in terms of, the coaching itself, tactical nouns, tactical know-how, non-existent. In my opinion, I'm sorry. I don't know if anyone is a fan of Zubairu here, but he's just not good enough. And these are the kind of people you appoint to say you want to develop Nigerian football. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you for real? Are you serious? That Zubairu, you looked at the length and breadth of Nigeria and you say, yeah, Zubairu, yeah, is the best guy. One thing that upsets me about this thing is this. You have clubs who are funded by private individuals who spend their own resources in Nigeria to get their team to be competitive, to get, to develop their coaches. But instead of using this resource that you did not do anything to create, you did not invest in that league. For instance, TTC, and I'm not sure the NFF invested in it. You have not done that. Have done it with their own resources. You can say, okay, we see you're a good coach here. Look at what you're doing with these under 18, under 17 players. Why not bring it into, bring it into the national team setup? Bring it into the national team ecosystem. No. We are not going to do that. Winning is just too bad. We don't want to win. We want to be in a spot where we look for $1 here, $2 here. That's just nonsense, in my opinion. And now, going back to this topic, I need to hear what you have to say. So, see in the chat, okay, our FA will not retire old players. Even our captain in his club is losing games every week in his club. 5 games in a row, we will bring in Didi and Musa to play again. That's the Lookman Gaba Midele. That is it. That is the problem. That is the problem. Look at other countries. They keep replenishing their team. Replenishing. This top talent coming. Igor Boo. Again, it's just there. It's someone who is there. Christian Uche is someone who is there. You have exciting players, and then you bring Ahmed Musa. You bring in Didi. Why? Tusekong, okay, maybe the excuse you make for Tusekong is that, okay, he was very, very good in last Nations Cup. and he's still active, and you know he's going to retire. He said it. This AFCON will be his last AFCON. He said that this AFCON will be his last AFCON. So maybe you let him see out and then retire. You go in and you bring people who have retired. You bring them in to do what? To do what? To help you achieve what? Ahmed Musa. To do what? People say experience. What experience? What experience? And then even if you say, yeah, exactly, that question. How many times would Bamiyi play under 20? There was AZG. I don't know how many of us remember AZG. Yeah, AZG. How many of you remember AZG? But why do we have to do this? I'll say it again. Nigeria is not San Marino. With due respect to San Marino, it's not a country where you have one good player and then you have to wait for 10 years before you get another one good player. Everywhere, out of the woodworks, you have players everywhere. In Nigerian grassroots, in England, in Spain, in Italy, everywhere you look, top talent. But no, we're not going to use them. Find one stupid, silly excuse to give. Someone say, oh, this player has not said he wants to play for us. And then you see one silly journalist, that wants to say nonsense because he needs access to NFF. Oh, the player is too arrogant. Oh, they don't want to play for us. We don't want to beg any player that must come to. What are you talking about? I ask this question again. Are Nigerians the only arrogant people on the face of the planet? No Brazilian is arrogant. No Belgian player is arrogant. No Moroccan is arrogant. Only Nigerian players. And a lot of people believe this. A lot of people believe that. Say, oh yeah, how will we beg a player? I don't want to beg a player. Igor, did you beg him? Igor was invited. He sat on the bench, didn't even play 2 minutes. He didn't even play 2 minutes. Chuba Akpom has told you that he has switched nationality since 2019. Since 2019. And then tomorrow someone will say, oh, but these players are arrogant, they don't want to play for Nigeria. Since 2019, I'm not saying invite Chuba Akpom, but that's evidence to tell you that a lot of these players, they are making the efforts on their own part. They are making the effort on their own part, but the NFF just do whatever they like. Do whatever they like because and this is the strange thing that a lot of these football federation people don't understand. If Nigerian football is thriving, like really, really thriving, winning the AFCON back to back, going so very far in the World Cup, maybe finishing third, or possibly winning the World Cup, do you know how the brand of Nigerian football will rise? The brand of Nigerian football will be so high that money you think you want to make now, you make it 20 times. Because the sponsors you're getting now, the level of sponsorship you're getting, it will be 10 times better. The kind of companies that will come to want to partner with you will be higher than the ones that are currently sponsoring you now by 1 million times. No exaggeration. By 1 million times. But the NFF, no, we don't look at that. No, we want to be busy looking at soliciting things that don't help us win. AZG, I remember AZG was under 20 for how many years? He kept on playing under 20. Why? You have players all over the world. That's the annoying thing. So it doesn't make any sense. If maybe you don't have players, you can say, okay, you have players all over the world who are very, very good. Within the country, within the confines of Nigeria, you have players who are so good. So good. When you put your Bassi, my God, exciting player, super exciting player. Will you invite him? No, we won't. Promise Meliga, so good, exciting player. Are we going to invite him? No, we're not going to invite him. Daniel Daga, so good. Are we going to invite him? No, we're not. We're not going to invite him. No, we're not going to do that. Divine Onyemachi, so good. No. Wisdom Mike, are we going to? No, we're not going. No, we're not going to invite him. So that is what the issue is. That's what the issue is. Don't quite understand that if Nigerian football thrives, if Nigerian football is thriving, whatever $2, $3 you want to make, you'll be making 200,000 if football is thriving properly. But no, you want to look at things that don't help you win. They don't help you win. So Eric Chill, I'm sorry, my brother. I think you're wasting your time going to Egypt. It's a waste of time. Maybe you want to go there for your vacation, enjoy the sun, enjoy the warm weather in Egypt, see the pyramids and stuff. Yeah, if that's your reason, then okay, that's fine. But if you're going there that you want to watch this under 20 team to look at one or two players you can pick for, the Super Eagles, just only one person, Barabo, that's it. The rest of them, forget about it. Not good enough. They are not good enough. Except Eric Chill. Maybe let's think about it. Eric Chill, if you are going there to take over from Zubairu, then okay, it makes some sense. Yeah, maybe if you're going to do that, yeah, it makes some sense. Otherwise, you have just wasted your time going to watch that under 20 AFCON game. The first game I watched it, so terrible, no pattern of play, players losing balls. You are not seeing in, and you couldn't see any tactical input from the coach to change the game. I said, okay, first game, jitters, international scene, I made excuse for them because I am all about Nigeria, right? I'm all about, young Nigerian players. That's what I'm all about. And then the second game, horrible. So I said, what was the point to watching this? I know I will still watch the third game. I know. Because they've got us hooked. You love football, you want Nigeria to progress. So even if you're upset like I am, the next game will come along, against Kenya, and I would watch it for the full 90 plus minutes. But the team is horrible. Horrible. The coach is poor. He is the worst coach I have seen do anything associated with Nigerian football. I'm sorry, if you're a fan of him, if you know him, for me, he is not good enough to coach. You know what they used to call counter ball. If you're old enough to do that, counter ball. He's not good enough to coach a counter ball team. He's not. So Bamidele says, even if FIFA sanctions SA, we should not forget that there is no VAR in Africa qualifying series. The referee will favor South Africa on that day. Remember Lookman, Rwanda goal. Yeah, true. Bamidele, you made a very good point, and which is weird to me. It's weird that CAF, you don't have VAR, first off, and then FIFA as well. You want to allow games go on without the use of VAR for Africa? So how do you look at Africa? Do you look at Africa as some sort of, thing that is just there? So how is that possible? And then on the other side, I've always said this, that if you're playing, is it a World Cup? Is it Premier League? Is it Nigerian Domestic League? Is it AFCON under 17, 20 World Cup qualifier? Don't allow the referee become important. That is why You see teams like Morocco, they are stacking up their team. That is why you stack your team up with the absolute best players. Because if Adeji Steinberg dribble past 3-4 players, one area smashes it in, or one area dribble past 3-4-5 players and scores, the referee can't do anything about it. Referee, VAR, nobody, you go. Victor Osimhen smashes the shot from 40 yards out. The referee can't say anything about it in the net. But when you allow them to become important, become so important to what you want to do, those fine margins, raise the flag up and nothing's going to happen. They raise the flag up, nothing's going to happen. The South African thing, I don't even know why up to this point, we've not heard anything. Because 2018, it happened to Nigeria with Shehu. You field an ineligible player, immediately you lose the 3 points. I don't understand why they want to take time to do what. You field an ineligible player in a game, you lose your 3 points, and you have 3 goals awarded against you. So let's say if you are on 3 before, you now land to 0. Your goal difference now becomes 0. So I don't know what they're taking their time for. So even if so let's come and say Bamidele, the Flying Eagles were programmed to fall down during the game against Morocco. Yeah. That was one as well, but the team's not good enough. They're not good enough. And the coaching is poor. Now, I don't know, in 2000, I don't know how old some of you were in 2000. 2000, I don't know if you were old, if you watched the Euros and Euro 2000, right? Greece were not the best team in that tournament in terms of players. They were not. You had Portugal with Figo, you had Holland with Van Nistelrooy, Patrick Kluivert, top players. They were top players. But Greece found a way to win. They found a tactical setup. Okay, we're going to work for set pieces. Once we get our set piece, we work it, bush, score, we tighten up. But this team, you look at the team and you can't see what the coach wants the player to do. You can't see how they want to excite you, how they want to score goals, what they want to do. So the next game will be Kenya. And don't take Kenya for granted. Do not take the Kenyan team for granted. You may say, oh, yeah, well, you won against Tunisia 1-0. You got a point off Morocco. You could go into that game and lose because the players are not good enough for one. Now, when I talk about these players who want to say, oh, why are you talking about this? How many of us remember Macaulay Chrysanthus? Before Victor Osimhen, Macaulay Chrysanthus was meant to be that guy. Was meant to be, that guy, that striker. Was meant to be that striker. But what happened? Because he was not meant to be playing at that level, when he got to the time, injuries finished him, and he couldn't hold down any club he went to. So Infant Algeria sanctioned their FA for not noticing the mistake Nigeria make for using shale at FIFA sanctioned South Africa. Not for not noticing the mistake Nigeria for using shale at FIFA not sanctioned South Africa. I've not heard anything whether they sanction them or not. We keep hearing, oh, what will happen if FIFA sanction them? Oh, this is going to happen. Oh, South Africa in trouble. We've not heard that official statement come up to say South Africa has been sanctioned. We've been hearing what could happen, South Africa in turmoil. I want to actually see the sanction that, boom, sanctions are out. South Africa deducted 3 points. And they've got 3 goals awarded against them. I want to see that. But even that, If we keep getting Ahmed Musa and the likes, Al Hassan Yusuf and the likes in this team, can they go and contribute against South Africa in South Africa? Because it's one thing to get that sanction, 3 points taken away. Good. Means that all you need to do is win against Rwanda at home and then go and win against South Africa, and then you're set. But when you keep bringing players that are not suitable, then what is going to happen? What then is going to happen? So back to the main point, my guy, my brother, Eric Sekou, head coach of Nigerian Super Eagles, that trip to Egypt is a waste of your precious time. It is. You best tell the pilot, fly me to England, or take a left turn, take a right turn, and head, to Italy. Destiny Elimo Ogale. Well, and then we'll talk about Ademola Lookman, Manchester United. Nigerian fans, do you think he should go there? Would that be a good fit for him? Ademola Lookman, good fit for Manchester United. Because right now, doing Manchester United, they are in a very, very bad shape. I think in terms of the tactical fit, he will fit what Amorim wants to do with Manchester United. And I also think that he is better than any wing option they have. He will score goals, he will contribute goals. But in the state you're in, you should just take the money because, of course, Manchester United are going to pay him for sure. So what do you think about that? And then there's a video I posted, and I'm going to say it on here. I don't know. I'm not dragging anybody because I don't drag Nigerian players. What I'm going to say is this. I said it. I said right now, Victor Osimhen is better than Harry Kane. 100%. He is better than Harry Kane. Right now, pace, power, goal scoring ability with either feet, area prowess, he is better than Harry Kane. But now, better than Harry Kane is one thing. But when you now have that caliber of player in your national team, how do you support him? How do you support him? You have to build a team of people that can supply him opportunities to score goals. And the 10 role, we're missing a player for sure. In that 6 that can help control the pace of play, we're missing a player. And you have Ebenezer Kinsimiro just there, not inviting him. Who are they going to invite? We know our guy in MLS. That's the boy that is going to be invited. And some people want us to say, oh, you don't know what he can do. And if they invite him, that means they see something. No, they don't see anything. I'm not a chef, but if someone serves me burnt rice, I'm not going to eat it. And even the chef say, oh, do you know this? You're not a chef. Why are you rejecting it? If the rice is burnt, at least I know enough about food that if rice is burnt, it's not edible. And so you can't just invite anybody and say, oh, this player, we saw something. No. No. You can't be giving us players that are not performing at their clubs. In addition to players that don't have history of performing, in the national team. And before people run with it, if a player has history and is past his best buy date, he shouldn't be in the national team still. Because it's all these sort of considerations that cost Nigeria. Oh, he used to play in the USA 94 team. Oh, we should make him a head coach. Oh, we should invite him. No. For instance, look at Emenalo, right? Mike Emenalo. If you want to appoint Mike Emenalo as, let's say, chairman of Nigerian Premier Football League board, I would embrace that. Do you know why? Not because of my red card, but do you know why? Look at what he's done when he was at Chelsea. Hazard, De Bruyne, Lukaku, all came from the time he was there. Salah came to Chelsea when he was there. I think he was at Monaco as well. He was at Monaco. He was sporting director or something at Monaco. And then he's gone to the Saudi Pro League to be the sporting director of the league. So you can see his antecedents. You can see what he brings to the table. Sorry. So if he now is brought into the MPFL, you can say, yeah, all right, yeah, we see what you're able to do. We see you, we see you. Yeah, you've actually shown that you can perform in this position. Then that's no problem. So, and I just want to say, make IDLA scored a goal for West Ham, so that's good. Scored a goal for West Ham in a youth tournament. That's good. That's not the major news, but that's good just to mention that. And then we'll keep talking about. So, want to ask this question is this is a transfer related question. So, where would you see? Where do you think is the best fit for Victor Osimhen as a striker? Because obviously Galatasaray, it was a loan from Napoli to Galatasaray, and the reports are he's not going to remain in Galatasaray once the season ends. And Napoli, of course, they want to sell him because Conte has found this guy, which is Lukaku. So 19 yeah, who is Musa? Ahmed Musa. It's always Ahmed Musa. What is that? Ahmed Musa. Ahmed Musa is going to score goal against South Africa. Yeah, experience. For a country where you have players, quality players, from 18, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 28, you have top level talent at every age grade. And then you say, no, we'll bring guys who are meant to be kicking it, enjoying their retirement with their family. We'll bring them in. Now, there are some countries where that would work, where you have just one good player and the rest. One is a carpenter, one is a plumber, one is an electrician. You have only one professional player. Now, if you have a player 37 years old, you can bring him, come in and do some work, right? And do some work, okay? But when you're in a country like Nigeria, that is not going to fly. That is not going to fly. And they say Ahmed Musa is a captain. He's going to lead the team out. He's going to lead the team in the Unity Cup. What's the point? I said it. I said the Unity Cup will be useful if it is used as a platform for tactics and to blood new talent. Because you're in London, then you can even get the Nigerian High Commission to speed up passport processes for those who have already done their nationality switches, and immediately they can play, like Ato Okonkwo, like Chuba Bomb, all those ones, get them in, let that be the opportunity they get to play and show what they can do there. Josh Maja, all those, let it, George Lenny Kenna can come in, that should have been what you would have used this as. This should have been the opportunity for those players. But no. NFF says no. NFF says no. NFF says no. So for me, that's not good enough. So I'll take the topics right off from the top. The first one, to Ahmed Musa to lead Nigeria in the Unity Cup. That's what I've been talking about for the last 5 minutes. I don't think it's good enough, and it's mad to me. It's crazy. It's crazy to me that it's even something that's a rumor or a report. It's crazy. How can you even think of that? Why should that even come across anyone's mind? And what's annoying is that you have people who are championing it, who are meant to be fans. It's an experience. It's going to give you experience. Makes no sense to me. Just some opinions in the comment section I'd like to know. And then we talked about El Chill going to scout the Nigerian under-20 AFCON team. For me, I've said that's a waste of time from El Chill. There's no point going there. The players are not good enough. The coach is not good enough. Maybe if you want to take over the coaching job from Zubairu, maybe. then that makes sense why you're going there. Otherwise, there's no point. There's zero reason for you to be there because team, coach, not good enough. And this sits at the feet of Gusau. It sits at the feet of the Nigerian Football Federation. And I want to know what your opinions are. Who will you blame for this poor outing? Is it just the coach? Is it the players? Or both of them? Would you blame the chairman of the Nigerian Football Federation for this? Who would you blame? Who would you hold accountable? You don't have to say what I say. You don't have to go what I say. For me, Gusau, number one, I hold him accountable. I hold him accountable. I hold him accountable because he's the one that has ensured Zubairu is there as coach. He's the one that sanctioned the list, of these players that are invited. If Flying Eagles could get overconfident against Kenya and Tunisia could get results against Morocco, pray the Eagles will not exit the competition early. That's what I'm saying. I said it. That Kenya, you might see Kenya. Oh, we're going to beat Kenya. First off, this team, this particular under 20 team, they do not have the right to be arrogant. They do not have the right to feel like we can beat you. We'll just go there and beat them because they are not good enough. Now, we've seen under 17 sides, we've seen under 20 sides that are so good, but they go and lose to a team like Kenya because maybe we are too arrogant, But this particular team, this particular group of players, this collection of under 20 players, they are not good enough, and therefore they do not have the right to be arrogant because they can't back that arrogance up. When Conor McGregor was Conor McGregor, he would be arrogant, say whatever he wants to say, but he will come, in the octagon and will knock people out. Muhammad Ali will be arrogant. I'll fly like a butterfly, sting like a bee, blah, 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 blah. He will come into the ring, he will knock people out. He will wear opponents out and beat them. But this team, they are not good enough. They don't have the right to be arrogant going into that game against Kenya. They should see themselves as being on the same level as Kenya, or Kenya being slightly above them, and dig in, roll their sleeves up, dig in, and work hard to play against Kenya. Some people might say, "Oh, you're being too harsh on these players and being too harsh on the team." The question I would ask you is, have you watched the game? Have you watched any of their games? If you've watched any of their games and you believe that they're good enough, then okay, fair view, fair, because everyone has different opinions, different perspective on this beautiful game that we all love. So maybe you look at them and you say they're good enough, that's fine. But for me, they are not good enough at all. And then I talk about Ademola Lookman being linked to a move to Manchester United. What do you think? As a Man United fan, if you're on here, is that a move you want to see? As a pure Nigerian football fan, do you think Ademola Lookman should go to Manchester United? Do you think that is something that would suit his style of play? Do you think he should even be going there in the state that Manchester United is in? So that is the question. So there are talks about, say, Barcelona. For me, I have my misgivings. I won't say misgivings. I have, certain concerns about Ademola Lookman going to Barcelona, because certain players are right now they're favored by the coach, and rightly so. Rightly so, no doubt about it. Rafinha, rightly so. Lamal, superstar of the team, young kid, rightly so. But so for my Ademola Lookman, I'm not going to Barcelona. Because right now, what will kill his career is if he goes to Barcelona and now goes to play second fiddle to Rafinha. You don't want that at all. You don't want that. You should go to a club, when you look at their left wing situation, it's free for all. Like if you look at Chelsea, for instance, now that left wing is free for all. No one has really, pinned their flag in that left wing position. You just know it's free for all. You can go there and stake your claim. If it's Arsenal, they don't have any left winger that can even think of competing with Lookman. not Trossard, not Sterling, not Martinelli. So if he steps in there, he becomes the best left winger and the second best winger in the team, at the very least. That's cutting it close. That at the very least, he becomes the second best winger in the team and the best left winger in the team. So Arsenal would make sense for Ademola Lookman. At Manchester United, definitely he easily goes in there and becomes the best player in the entire team. Becomes the best player in the entire team. Don't mention Bruno Fernandes. Forget about Bruno Fernandes. If Ademola Lookman signs for Manchester United, he will become the absolute best player, bar none, in that team. 100%. 100%. He becomes the best player in that team. And in terms of tactical fit, I think he fits what Amorim wants to do. But the thing I've said before is this: with the state Manchester United is in right now, is it somewhere you actually really, really, really would want Lookman to go to play and suffer and struggle? And with the way the new Manchester United ownership, or at least Jim Ratcliffe, he owns 5% and is meant to be running the football side of things, the football business side of things. With the way he's been talking about funds, cutting costs here and there, maybe they may not even be able to offer him up the kind of wages that he may be demanding. You know, so that's another question: would they be able to pay his salary? That's another thing. But in terms of feats, what Amorim is doing, I think he will be able to. He'll be able to deliver. I think he'll be able to. He will suit that. And then there are talks of Liverpool. Now, the only way that works is if Diaz leaves. I think he's better than Diaz, 100%. But one thing I want to avoid is a situation where he goes there and Diaz is an slot's favorite. Then it becomes an issue. So some news items here says under 20 AFCON, under Kenyan coach warns Nigeria under 20 team. You don't have to warn anybody. Coach of Kenya, don't worry, you don't have to warn anybody because we know. In fact, you can't be taking them for granted. Let's say what he said ahead of their showdown against Nigeria. Kenya under 20 head coach Anthony Akulia has opened up on the challenges plaguing his rising star side at the under 20 AFCON Cup of Nations. At the African Cup of Nations, Kenya have endured disappointing start to their group, big campaign, falling to back-to-back defeats. They lost to Morocco 3-2, lost to against Tunisia 3-1. The final group game against Nigeria on Wednesday now represents a last-ditch opportunity to remain in the tournament, with only a convincing win offering any hope of qualification. Okay, let's see where he decides to warn the team. So this is what he said. So we are having lapses in concentration towards the end of the first half. It happened again, just like the first match. The Bidco United coach admitted. Basically, I think there were moments where we were supposed to rise, but we let Tunisia take control of the match. That was our biggest mistake. Comparing this to our first match, I think we didn't play well. We were a bit slow in movement in midfield. It's not right, the team problems. So what is it saying? 0 points here, sit bottom. So all this talk is talking about what is he going to do. I don't see him. I don't see what he said that he won and won Nigeria. I've not seen it. I didn't see anything there. So yeah, so that's it. Ahmed Musa, this news again. I've said it before. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of that. Whatever he wants to do, let him go ahead and do. And then they talk of NFF immortalizing Rashid Yekini. That's good news for me. That's good news because he was an absolute legend for the Nigerian Super Eagles. Currently the leading goal scorer for the Nigerian Super Eagles. So the question is, why hasn't this been done all this while? It should have been immortalized a long time ago. We should have had a statue of him, in front of the national stadium in Lagos or even in Uyo. He deserves that much. Scored the scored Nigeria's first goal in the World Cup. You know, leading goal scorer, top player for Nigeria. Was the first one of the first waves of Nigerians that headed to Europe. And started to pin Nigeria's flag. So I think he should have been recognized a long time ago, but better late than never, I guess. So that's what I say. So gradually coming to the end of this video. I want to say thank you to everyone who's watched, who supports the channel, subscribe to the channel continually. Thank you for your support. So subscribe to the channel, sharing this video to people that enjoy this sort of content. Let the channel continue to grow. Want to make this the biggest football community on YouTube. You can make it happen. You can make it happen. 100%. So if you the AFCON under 20 game, Nigeria Kenya would be tomorrow, and that's the last game. So if you want to watch it, I will be watching it. Though, like I said, it's boring, it's annoying. There's nothing exciting about it. So get your heart attack pills, or maybe get your sleeping pills if you want to sleep. In fact, you don't even need sleeping pill if you're watching that game. You probably just would sleep watching the game. So yeah, that's it. So so at this point we've come towards the end of this video, of this live stream. So thank you for watching. Thanks for being here with me. And I'll see you on yet another video. So do have a splendid evening, a splendid rest of your day. Stay well and stay